Hey guys, Matt Donald here. Just letting you know once again at the top of the show that I have a Patreon. I don't know why I say it in such a glorious fanfare. Everyone has a Patreon at this point. We all have Patrons. You have a Patreon, I have a Patreon, your Uncle Phil has a Patreon. If you want to support my Patreon, it's at patreon.com/MatthewDonald. There you'll find bonus content from my two shows, The Ritwit and Paleobites. For Paleobites, we discuss pop culture featuring prehistoric animals, and this month we're talking about Aquaman. Yeah, it has some prehistoric creatures in it. It's got some Tylosaurs. It's got some pterodactyls. It's got some long necks kind of just grazing in the background in one shot. Some little dinosaurs on the beach. It's got dinosaurs, man. It counts. It's just a really good movie, though. I really wanted to talk about Aquaman. Anyways, link is in the description for where you can sign up to the Patreon. Oh, by the way, the link is in the description if you're listening to it on Libsyn.com, like paleobites.libsyn.com. If you're listening to this from Apple Podcasts, it's not on there. But otherwise, link is in the description. Thank you for your support, and have a wonderful day!
Roar, growl, snarl, bellow.
Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast that covers more old dinosaurs than the National Enquirer.
Wow, that's a lot.
My name is Matthew Dahl, and each week I and a rotating series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week I'm joined by... Let's see, just calling you the Overlord of Dinosaurs every time is just, it gets old, but...
I mean, titles are titles.
It is what it is.
You say the Under King?
Overlord,
Under King?
Lordess.
Under Lordess?
I heard there's making a movie about you called Overlord of the Rings.
Oh, yes, that was the name of our wedding video.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways,
exactly.
it's Lawrence Mack. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's a nice day when the fate of the free world is decided. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's election day, 2020, when we're recording this.
Yep. I mean, it's a beautiful day outside here in sunny Colorado.
It's like 70 degrees, or...
Yeah. Oh, that might be a little too hot.
Yeah, for November. Yeah, is it hot in here, or is it just me?
Oh, ¿Por qué no los dos?
Running jokes, aren't they best? Or callbacks.
Oh, yeah. Right?
Callbacks. Hey, here's a nice earlier question. I lost it.
Oh, is it on the floor? I think I found it.
Oh, well, what is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, here it is. Oh, thank you.
Oh, okay.
If you could have a dinosaur to put into a dog show, and you try to make sure that doesn't get noticed as a dinosaur, which dinosaur would you do and why, in the hopes of winning?
Now,
It also doesn't have to be a dinosaur, but don't make it like a dire wolf or something. That's too easy.
Oh, yeah, no. I actually, the moment you said that, I pictured Dinotopia, the movie, and when he gets 26, this little...
Oh, yeah, the little
Chasmosaur.
Chasmosaur. Yeah.
And it's so cute and adorable. It's just a little tiny baby that he's just picking up and carrying around.
Oh, that's right.
And I just feel like I want to say a baby Chasmosaur.
That'd be cute, and it does kind of look like a dog, especially
Right.
if we do the subject of the last episode we did, where it still has the feathers. It could be mistaken as fur.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
see?
whoa, what an exotic looking
It
dog.
has a little baby fur, and it's just adorable. It has a tail that it could potentially try and wag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could probably sit.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'd be cute.
Well, it's just
little-
this isn't like one of those agility dog shows. It'd just be the ones where it just runs and then people
Right. It's like the Puppy Bowl thing.
Oh, well,
Isn't that where-
well, then your Chasmosaur it's gonna just destroy all those puppies. It's gonna run right through them. You've turned the puppy bowl into a bloodbath.
Well, I mean, I'm sure other people are hiding dinosaurs in there too. So
I
I mean,
guess that's true.
I'm sure there'll be a little baby velociraptor. Somebody's trying to pass off as a poodle or something.
Okay.
I mean a chihuahua. Man, they're evil. I mean,
They certainly are, aren't they? They're part dinosaur. Okay, so speaking of shows, you know what's used to be in shows before Blackfish? Dolphins. And
Yeah.
you know what animal is kind of like a dolphin?
I know this one.
Yes,
Is it an armadillo?
Yes!
I
You nailed it!
Yes.
I was gonna say penguin, but your
It was
answer
the
was funnier. So,
It was the claws.
yeah. Anyways, Ichthyosaurus is what we're talking about today.
Ichthyosaurus.
It means fish lizard.
Oh, that was the name of my great-great-grandfather. Fish lizard.
Fish lizard. Is that his title, too?
Yes. He was one of the lizard men, and he literally liked to go fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Fish lizard is what I had for brunch earlier today.
Okay. That sounds pretty good. Some surf and turf.
Yeah.
Not exactly the normal turf, but
Come on, fried lizard scales is a delicacy, you know.
Right. Oh, yes. True. It is.
little eggs. It's like caviar, but harder, crunchier.
Right. Yeah, I like to eat mine deep fried because of course, anything's good deep fried.
Throw anything in a fryer and I'll eat it. Like, anything. Actually, no, not anything. Maybe.
This is some good garden hose.
All right, type. Guess it's an ichthyosaur.
No way.
I know.
What? I thought for sure it was going to be some sort of a tyrannosaur or something.
That's true.
Oh.
Ichthyosaurus Rex.
Ichthyosaurus Rex. That's amazing.
That'd be pretty big. That'd be pretty scary.
Right.
It was Ichthyosaur, a group of fish-like marine reptiles that dominated the earlier parts of the Mesozoic.
Okay.
Size 10 to 11 feet / 3.3 meters long.
Okay.
It was a carnivore. Time, late Triassic to early Jurassic, 207 to 183 million years ago.
Oh, I think I remember that time.
You do? It was so long ago.
I think it was around 300 million years that I lost my memory. So, I think
So you remember everything after then, but not
Yes.
before then.
Yes.
Carboniferous is mostly nothing to you, the Carboniferous
Yeah.
period.
There were so many trees and things, and
So many
they all had
bugs, big
hallucinogens,
bugs.
and I was just high most of the time.
I wish I remembered that time, because then I could learn that, everything goes on regardless of what happens.
Right? Yeah, exactly. No matter what happens in this election, it's just the next 4 years, and that is nothing to the history of the Earth.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was actually talking about my last bowel movement. I'm really worried about what it means now.
Oh, well, for that we can hire a special bowel movement reader.
Proctologist, right? Anyways, location, Belgium, England, Germany, Switzerland, and Indonesia.
And also, I want to talk about this one because there was one found in British Columbia.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
It was a few years ago, or it was more than a few years ago now. It was the biggest ichthyosaur ever found.
Ooh.
And it was
Actually, I'm bringing this up in the later episode. We're talking about Sheesh. That one was found in British Columbia.
Oh, really?
And that is an Ichthyosaurus.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. I thought it was just an ichthyosaur.
Well, it is a type of Ichthyosaur, but it's not Ichthyosaurus.
Oh. Maybe that was it. Or maybe...
Yeah.
I remember, because I remember it being really, really quite large.
It is quite large. Not 10 to 11 feet, though. Like
yeah, no, I think this one was like 20 feet or something.
Oh, no, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
In the coming weeks. I think it's going to be like in May when that one releases, May 2021. All right, it was described 1821, so quite early on.
Okay.
Pop culture appearances. One fights with a plesiosaurus in Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of the Earth, which is pretty neat.
Nice.
Also, Ark Survival Evolved again.
Uh-huh.
And there was one in the 9th Land Before Time movie.
Oh, wow.
Journey to Big Water, which some supplemental material called a dolphin because they assumed kids were too dumb to know what an Ichthyosaurus was, which I say, come on, kids are the only audience that could reliably know what an
Ichthyosaurus
was.
Exactly. An adult might think it's a dinosaur, but good lord. Kids know what's up.
Come on, you expect better from kids.
Yeah.
Also, there was going to be a scene of them in an aquarium alongside some plesiosaurs in Jurassic World, but it got cut for some reason.
Oh, lame.
I know, that would have been so cool.
Right?
Could have fought off the mosasaur or something.
Well,
Somehow. Swarm it.
Herd attack, yeah, swarm. Can you imagine just watching this mosasaur get eaten alive by a school of Ichthysauruses?
Like Ichthysauruses, they're like piranhas.
Right, exactly.
Marine reptiles were quite varied, and some of them became very specialized for aquatic life. From the Nothosaurs to the plesiosaurs to the mosasaurs to even some fully aquatic crocodilomorphs, the Mesozoic seas were the golden age of marine reptiles. And none of these reptiles were more obviously tailored to such aquatic lifestyles than the ichthyosaurs.
Nice.
With their streamlined bodies, their two-pronged tails, and prominent dorsal fins, they looked remarkably like fish for reptiles. But in fact, it was impossible for them to leave the water at all, making them completely pelagic animals.
Oh.
Because of this, they gave birth to live young, like the whales and dolphins of today.
Interesting.
Like, we even have fossils of some, like, still sticking out. Unfortunately, both of them got killed somehow.
That's gross, but okay.
Yeah, it was
Yikes! Something happened mid-birth.
here's what happened. This is a very dark joke. I apologize. They were trying to do an abortion, but you know the PC police or no the moral guardians are like, no, not allowed. We must kill. We're pro-life, so we must kill both of them.
So riddle me this. So the people that I imagine that most of the people who are pro-life are also anti-dinosaur.
Yes.
Because obviously there's some form of, Catholic most likely.
Yeah, they either
and they don't believe dinosaurs exist.
They either devil put them down there to test our faith, or they just missed the boat on they drowned in the flood. Yeah,
exactly. So what would they do if they saw a dinosaur having an abortion?
They would doubly freak out.
Doubly freak.
They'd be like, "Oh my God, this is the devil's work."
Their head would just implode. To be like, well, they don't exist, and I'm pro-life, but apparently they're killing themselves, and they're not even supposed to exist, so is that a good thing?
That's true.
Oh
I would
my
like to think that they would go and be even more adamant to like they would ban Jurassic Park like they used to try and ban Harry Potter.
Yep, exactly. They go pick it outside of Universal Studios.
Anyways, unlike terrestrial live birthing animals, the young are born tail first. Otherwise, they would drown during delivery.
Oh, interesting.
We used to think this live birth thing was unique to the Ichthyosaurs, and that the plesiosaurs went onto land to lay eggs like turtles. But we have since learned that every major marine reptile of the Mesozoic era gave birth to live young.
Oh, really?
So consider your thunder thoroughly stolen, Ichthyosaurs.
Yeah, take that, Ichthyosaur.
Ichthyosaurus.
Is, thunder. You got a thunder Thor, Ichthyosaur.
Oh, that's a pretty bad Ichthyosaurus Rex.
Right.
That's a terrifying image.
Just trying to make a pun. It just sounds like we have lisps.
Ichthyosaurus. It's hard to say because you have to make sure that last is actually correct. So Ichthyosaurus.
Yeah, Ichthyosaurus. There,
Isn't it? It sounds weird.
Right, I know.
It's got to all be Ichthyosaurus. Ixiosthorus was the first. I didn't even say it right there. Was the first complete fossil found by the famous English paleontologist Mary Anning, who initially uncovered its skeleton when she was only about 10 years old. This was the first of many fossils of marine animals Anning found throughout her life in the seabed cliffs outside Lyme Regis. It's an area in England.
Okay.
And she made a living selling them to collectors, from whole Ichthyosaurus and Plesiosaurus skeletons to small ammonite and belemnite shells.
Wow.
Belemnite. In fact, Anning is commonly believed to be the inspiration behind the famous tongue twister, "She sells seashells by the seashore."
Those seashells are fossilized, though.
But she sells them by the seashore.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I learned that actually too when doing research for this animal for this episode. I do paleobites so I can learn stuff too, guys.
Right? Yeah,
I'm not just
exactly.
relaying my knowledge.
Yeah, this is a show for learning.
Yeah, a show for learning. Hey, let's see how it's the best. I was gonna try to think of make a joke, but I don't remember. I'm so bad. This is a show for learning, but hey, Overlord of Dinosaurs, go give that dinosaur an abortion. I need to silence my phone.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, your phone might have an abortion here.
What's it gonna abort? I don't want to know. God, this episode's dark.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Okay.
Please still vote for me for Overlord.
Please still go to my Patreon. I'm gonna lose some patrons for this. Anyways, there's actually a movie about Mary Anning called Ammonite, where she's portrayed by Kate Winslet.
Really?
Yeah.
How have I not heard about this?
It was supposed to come out in later this month when we're recording in November, but now it's like April or whatever.
Oh, so it's like a new movie that's...
Yes, but coronavirus, who knows if it's actually going to be released.
Right. It seems like that might probably be one of those movies that could be like released at home for like $10 or something.
Something like that.
For.
But she's portrayed by Kate Winslet, but the movie also involves a lesbian romance with one of her colleagues that almost certainly didn't happen. But hey, maybe it did.
Hey, you never know.
Mary Anning never got married, so we have no clue what her love life actually was like.
Yeah, maybe she was.
Yeah, it certainly makes the movie more appealing to those who nominate Oscars.
Right, yeah,
which
exactly.
is assuming the reason they did that.
And if a paleontologist can win an Oscar, then I'm all for it.
Yeah. See, that's when it's really hot, when it's lesbians but also paleontologists.
Right? Oh, yeah, can't get hotter than that.
Oh God! All right.
Alrighty. Farewell to some of the listening base. It's been nice knowing you. Yeah.
As well as their trademark fish-like bodies, ichthyosaurs are notable for their bizarre appendages. Their phalanges, aka their digit bones, are small and disc-shaped and positioned in long rows across their fingers. And many species of ichthyosaurs have non-pathological polydactylism, which means they have naturally had more than 5 fingers.
Wait, does that mean they could count to more than 10?
Yeah, in fact, some of them had up to 10 fingers per hand, which means they could count to 20 without their toes.
Oh, I was trying to do that math. You got to 20 long before I could.
And coupled with their many phalanges per finger, with all those fingers and all the phalanges, you get some ichthyosaur fin fossils that look like just like a section of roof tiles on a Mediterranean house.
Oh,
just
wow.
a tiny padding of tiny bones and a thick grid. It's just weird, man.
Weird, man. Does that help them swim or something, I think?
I guess, make it more like a big paddle.
Stroke? Yeah.
It's not like you could tell this in the actual... It's not like you could see the fingers out it was just a big flipper.
Right,
This is just internally, so...
Right. But, I mean, the bones would make the flipper stronger to be able to move probably faster, I would
Something like that,
assume.
and also, like, their tails might be able to move back and forth to do something like that. Although I just realized if they have flippers, that means they could actually only count to 2 with their
Oh, yeah.
with their-
They probably didn't have individual control over their fingers.
No, they couldn't see them in there.
Oh, good. Okay. So I can count to 4 at least, I know. So I'm okay. I'm safe.
Okay. Yes,
1, 2, 4.
What's 2 plus 1?
Oh, no. 1, 2, 5, 6, 4. Is that right?
So what's 2 plus 1? 21, right? Yeah.
Yes. No, 12.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but when you're at them, you gotta flip them back around.
That's true. We know math. All right. Anyways, the Ichthyosaur family thrived in the Triassic and Early Jurassic. But as the Mesozoic went on, they started getting out-competed by the plesiosaurs and pliosaurs, which were actually better adapted to life in the water than the ichthyosaurs for some reason, despite not being as fish-like in appearance. Go figure.
The Loch Ness Monster is prime.
Yeah, it's true. The Loch Ness Monster isn't an
aquatic,
ichthyosaur. The Loch Ness Monster is a plesiosaur, not an ichthyosaur. So
Right.
therefore, plesiosaurs are more successful because they lasted all the way to the modern day.
But I mean, we have dolphins. Dolphins are ichthyosaurs, according to Land Before Time.
It's all coming back. It's all making sense now.
Yep.
All right.
And that's why the ichthyosaurs leave and thank us for all the fish.
What? By the mid-Cretaceous, ichthyosaurs were completely extinct, and the oceans were never the same again.
Dun dun dun.
Nah, that's not true. There were sharks, mosasaurs, and dolphins to later fill the same niches. So, bye-bye, ichthyosaurs. Your time is up.
Time is up. And the ocean is still scary AF. Don't touch my toe in that at all. That would be absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, unless, the election goes a certain way, in which case I'm just going to live in the ocean, in a big pineapple under the sea,
Yeah, that's probably less scary than what would be going on up here.
I mean, Mr. Krabs is still preferable to what we have up here. He's just as much of a capitalist, just as greedy,
Yeah, exactly. And hey, at least you'll have the chance of getting ripped apart and swallowed whole by a mosasaur.
Exactly.
So I mean,
it's a good life.
Upside. Yeah.
Anyways, these are cool creatures, though, except for their fin bones. Those are kind of disturbing.
Yeah, it seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like power. It's like a power upgrade.
Is it? I wouldn't want my fingers to look like that. Just a bunch of tiles. Looks like you could connect the dots on them.
I mean, yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Anyways,
it'd be a lot harder to write, and you wouldn't be able to have your other podcast.
That's true.
Right?
That's
yeah,
true.
Wouldn't be able to write with those clubs.
Just like plump, 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 plump. Just flippers flapping onto the keyboard.
You're like one of those really old people who's trying to type with one finger. And so you just got the one fin. Flop. flop, flop.
You need like really big keys, so you could one fin could be like one on one key.
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Big
Your
key.
keyboard would be like 4 feet long.
Be like a big table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we're at everyone's favorite part of the show. We rate the animal 1 out of 65 million. This is a classic creature.
Yeah, it's classic.
Yeah.
It's cool. It was until the Plesiosaur came out. It was the most perfectly adapted marine.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, it's got to give us some points. Obviously, it's got that power upgrade.
It's got the power upgrade.
It's not the most beautiful thing and might be clumsy. But
It inspired. It furthered the career of one of the best women in paleontology, the most revered women in British paleontology.
Yep.
So
Yeah, exactly.
Kate Winslet played her, so that's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. If you're being
Kate
portrayed
Winslet
by...
played the Ichthyosaurus. I mean, yeah.
Oh, that makes it even better. That raises my score. Wow. Okay. Let's see. What's above 65 million?
All right, so I'm going to rate this. I don't know, like 50 million. Like it's a good round 50 million. Like
Good around 50 million. Nice. Yeah. I think I'll go 52 million.
why
Yeah.
that specific number?
Why, I could say 52,800,422.
Oh, but that's just your inner Vulcan talking.
I don't know. I thought it was a little bit better than what I would do. Well, my 50 million, 50 is my favorite number. And so I was
Oh, that's
reserving
right.
the
That's
50
right.
million
Yes,
thing.
I forgot.
So
about
I
that.
didn't want to go exactly 50 million. But 40 seemed too low. And I think I like Pachyrhinosaurus better, and I just rated that at 57.
That's right. Okay, so
I
5
thought
million less.
52 was,
right,
was
that makes-
appropriate.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that's it for this week. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can contact us at mattd@matthewdaltoncareer.com for any questions to either co-host. I can relay any of them. Rate us 5 stars on Amazon. I mean, if you think we deserve it, I guess. Which, after this episode, hell no, we don't.
Well, actually, as Overlord, I command thee to give us 5
Oh,
stars.
well, you heard it here. I have another podcast called The Ritwits, if you like writing, or writting. It's 2 twits. We talk about writing. I'm a writer. That's what I do. That's
He
why
does
I have
not have the clubbed finger joint things of an Ichthyosaur,
Thank
so
God.
he is able to write.
So I also don't have any money, so. Also have a book series on Amazon, Mesozoic, available for print and Kindle. Dinosaur Sci-Fi, that's pretty cool. No ichthyosaurs in it, though, unfortunately. They don't really focus on the
man.
sea creatures that much.
Imagine Ichthyosaurus with lasers jumping out.
That'd be pretty cool.
Right?
I have mosasaurs with lasers.
Right. Oh, okay. That might be better.
All right, that's it for this week. As I say at the end of every episode of Paleo Bites,
Blip, blip, blip.
how's that?
Thanks for all the fish.